You might like Shaun of the Dead,
but here's a bunch of people who hated it. I honestly don't understand the hype. This movie was pretty bad. Not funny, not scary, not clever. One of those movies that you think has to get better, but it never does. Skylar, things will get better. Look, I started this coming, I thought it would get better, and I was also disappointed. I don't mind telling you. But come on, it got better. It started out slow, but then you get the joke. You gotta get the joke. If you don't get the joke, it's not gonna get better.
kinda good and kinda sucks at the same time. You've described most movies I like, so I guess I will like this. That's also most things that I do. That's like my relationships, it's food, every car I've owned. I don't know why you gave it 2 stars, but f*** you for saying my life is 2 stars. Dick.
Talk, talk, talk. Boring, boring, boring. I don't have to say anything if you just look at the icon. This is a person that apparently wants more action.
Did his nitrous pills kick in? Someone shut off his oxygen.
It's just not funny. Attempts to be too serious. Well, it's zombies in the end of the world. What do you expect? I think you're too serious, young man. You want it to be. It attempts to be funny. Wait, it's not funny because it attempts to be serious. But you want it to be funny and you want it to be serious. What do you want? It's a comedy that's horror. It's going to be both. Like most things, it's a dichotomy. It means it has 2 things.
With not a single likable character, the zombies did right chewing up these whiny, loud, and quarrelsome nuisance. That sounded intelligent until, like, it was like a really well-formed sentence until the end. It just got worse and worse and less Englishy. Yeah, I just insulted you by saying Englishy. F*** off.
Overrated claptrap that has... Immediately just go to Claptrap the robot from the game. Overrated claptrap that has amazingly found its way into the consciousness of self-proclaimed geeks, nerds, and other cretins, and subsequently opened the floodgates for the current spate of zombie-obsessed pop culture rubbish. Film is entertaining enough upon first viewing, but after the first half hour, you don't exactly need powers of clairvoyance to guess what's going to happen next. Are you trying to take this seriously? Is that what you're going for right now? It's like, this is supposed to be a serious zombie movie and not kind of just like an homage to zombie movies? Yeah, and of course it's predictable. It's supposed to be. This should be predictable just the same as Scary Movie should be predictable. Because if you don't see something coming in Scary Movie, gross.
I don't know, when I hear claptrap, I definitely think of like a not very selective prostitute.
A whiny millennial movie. Well, that's kind of redundant, but carry on. Badly overrated, full of limeys. Shots fired. Ooh. Limeys means British people, right? Because they would eat limes to beat the scurvy when they went sailing, you know, years and years ago. But good heavens. Full of limeys, what do you expect? It's a British movie full of British people, you knucklehead. You expect to see some like Jamaicans in there, or some Guatemalans or something? Teabag, that's a more appropriate insult. Teabag is what you want to call them. They don't say lime anymore. They go, oh, look at those teabags. But I'm going to call you douchebag.
Boring and talk too much in bad situation. But isn't that what we need? To talk it out, people? There's a lot of bad situations in the world these days, and I feel like if we just talked it out, we'd stop. It's a metaphor for what we need to do to fix our world, people. That's what Shaun of the Dead is. I might have read into this a little too much.
It's not scary, it's not emotional, and it's only mildly funny. All in all, it's really just meh. I don't know what these people want coming into Shaun of the Dead. You'd think you'd get the tone in the first 5 minutes of like, oh, this is just gonna be a commentary? At most? I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Get help.
Bad? But not as bad as The Big Lebowski? Oh, Dave, you and I clearly have very different tastes. Not as bad as The Big Lebowski. I would say it's better than The Big Lebowski, but they're both great, maybe. But must we always quantify things against each other? Can they not both be great? Do we have to say which one is better or worse? Can't we just get along and love films? Apparently not. Thanks, Dave.
Movie night with Iris. Still great fun. Well, I would say that don't go out with Iris anymore. If she could have ruined it, but you're like, I still had a good time. I know that's not what you mean. I just don't want you to hang out with Iris anymore, Kevin.
Not usually into zombie films, but I liked where this one called all the so-called serious zombie films for how ridiculous they are. Quite funny. I know this is unrelated, but I think 28 Weeks Later is great. Yeah, it's unrelated. It keeps you interested from beginning to end with lots of action, and I didn't see some of the things coming. Jeremy Renner is one to watch as well. You just pulled a paid critic trick. Reviewing something that you didn't just watch.
It's like sitting in the Olive Garden when the waiter comes up and is like, so how's your meal? You're just like, Burger King. Let's scare the shit out of that person. I'm gonna do that. They're gonna just stop my unlimited breadsticks. It's gonna be really, it's gonna totally backfire. You're like, damn it. They just start bringing me spicy chickens and Whoppers all of a sudden. Like, wow, how did that work? I just went from unlimited breadsticks to unlimited Whoppers and chicken fries. Which is a really funny thing, chicken fries. It's like, I'm disappointed in the shape of chicken. I wish it was shaped like French fries. And also, nuggets aren't a good enough shape for me to pick up. Like, why? We already had them. Like, I want my chicken to look like little chicken penises. That's what I want. Man, we were talking about a movie, weren't we? Alright. Breaded chicken penises.
This is a fairly entertaining movie. So far, so good. Okay. But I personally see no purpose. For me, this is a pointless story. I'm sure there's a purpose for you, darling. Let's carry on. Waste of money, waste of time, rating this over the well-deserved rating of 5. 5 out of how many? Can we get a ruling on that? Is it 5? 5 could be all the stars, for all I can tell. How many is 5? 5 out of 10. You know, there weren't enough commas in that. There wasn't quite enough punctuations in there. Do you understand? Out of 10. 0 out of 10 users found this helpful. I see. 0 out of 10 users found this helpful. Well, I agree with all of those 10 users. This was not helpful. Try to be more helpful next time. You know, you're a smart person. You can do a better comment than this. You sort of rambled. Okay. Oh, by the way, the chicken penis, it's inside the cloaca.
Shaun of the Dead is a tasteless, disgusting piece of work with very little redemption or justification for all its gore. Its plot points are stupid and hypocritical. The characters are some of the most annoyingly stupid people I've ever seen on screen, and the movie feels decidedly incompetent. One of the worst movies I've ever seen. Tasteless, disgusting piece of work with little redemption. Wow. Movies mean a lot to you. That's really surprising to take what I would consider like a romp. That's all that this movie is, like a buddy comedy romp with horror elements and clearly very lighthearted, and for it to be tasteless and a disgusting piece of work. I feel like this, oh, it's Movie Guys is who put this and put a 0 out of 100. Wow. Therapy. You need therapy. Nothing should mean this much to you. I've had girlfriends that didn't mean that much to me.
That basement must be lonely. Not anywhere as funny as I thought it should be. From all the reviews, I thought it would be clever, but it was on the level with dumb sex comedies with the addition of zombies. Couldn't stand the characters, and it was rushed and lame, and they all die within 10 minutes. Did you only watch the 10 minutes of the film? The last 10? Did you just, like, Google Titanic sinking and just like, look, they all died in 10 minutes?
That was longer than 10
That was longer than 10 minutes. I don't understand what is happening with this. Dumb sex comedies with zombies. I want that. I want that to be a thing. Because this was not that, and that is not this. And suddenly I'm Dr. f***ing Seuss.
No horror, no comedy, waste of time. Alien is a watch brand, isn't it? Do you think he knows about time? Maybe he's the king of time. Well, I'm sorry, sir, to waste your time like that. Hope he's not mad.
Awful. Virtually no laughs. What the heck are all the good reviews about? You know what they're about? They're about you not being the only fucking person with an opinion, Greg.
That statement would have just been better if it would have been a Karen from HR. After 10 years, I finally watched this movie. I failed to see what's so funny about it. Meh. I'm glad you did a thing. Congratulations. I guess he rated it exactly his opinion. 2.5 stars. It's like, meh. There's lots of things that I go, meh. I'll do it again. What's your brain go crazy with that?
I am not quite sure how any one person can sit through even 10 minutes of a film such as this, let alone watch to the whole damn thing. Shaun of the Dead deserves no rating higher than what I have chosen to rate it. And believe anyone who actually feels like this film is worthy of production should reconsider their life choices. Wow, what a dramatic person. Not every film has to blow your mind, pal, you know. You can just sit there and enjoy them. I personally find this film very entertaining and interesting. And, you know, it's a great commentary on modern life and zombie films and all that jazz. They can't all be Hamlet, you know.
I don't like British comedy. Well, you gotta get to a point where you just don't watch it then. If you find out it's British and it's a comedy, don't go. That's my advice to you. I don't understand why people keep doing that. Like, how many chances are you giving things? Don't be the girl who keeps running back to the guy who punches you in the face. Chris. It ends with it being a guy.
Boring and badly acted stupid movie. Tried to watch this on my hangover day, but it was impossible. I think for most people's hangover day, the best you could get by with is Barney. You set your bar way too high. I've watched movies being hungover and then didn't realize that I had watched it. I've been hungover and forgotten I've had kids somewhere in this world. I'm assuming by now.
How did people enjoy this movie? Okay, first you got to start at the beginning, hit play, and then watch it and pay attention. Then maybe laugh and enjoy and get some of the jokes. That's my advice. That's how you're going to enjoy this movie, by watching it. That's your best bet. If you try to like rub it on your temples or massage your feet with it, you're not going to enjoy it that much. But listen, Josh, if you don't enjoy this film, I think maybe you might enjoy less entertaining films, you know, like The Sorrow and the Pity or something.
What's so entertaining about a zombie movie in the first place, let alone with a cast of unappealing characters? Sitting through this, I still have 15 more minutes to go, is torture. You're writing a review before you finished it, like while you're watching it? Man, you are not into this movie. Now, if they all turned on and killed Ed, now that would be funny to me. Ed is just a younger British version of Larry David. He screws everything up. How is that funny when it's so predictable? Maybe in one of the final scenes, Ed will redeem himself, or would that be predictable too? I cannot wait to find out. Well, you wrote this in 2013. By the time you wrote this, there was what? 5, 6 fucking seasons of Curb Your Enthusiasm? Clearly it's funny, and it works. I guess that would mean Ed also works. Because you're obviously in the minority. Otherwise, like, I don't know. Maybe HBO just keeps making that fucking show because no one likes it.
Would have been better if Mr. Bean was in it. Yes.
True of everything.
Yeah. If he was in the White House, it'd be quieter.
Is that it? Are we finished, guys? What's going on? I was going to tag some of your jokes, but I forgot them all. I got the chicken penises. That's all I got. The cloaca. That's the best. Hello.
Hello. We'd like to thank.
You gotta something.
I gotta do this right.
There we go. I got it.
All right. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We really appreciate it. We'd like to thank Professor Puppet. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you, Tack. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. Well, you can check Professor Puppet out on YouTube at Professor Puppet or Professor Puppet 2. He has 2 channels. How do you have more channels than we do?
Well, I'm a little older than you, young man.
That is true.
My primary channel, Professor Puppet, has all the good stuff, and Professor Puppet 2 is all live streams.
Is that the bad stuff? That's good stuff, too.
It's live streams where you can interact with me while I do gaming.
Okay. Oh, nice. You do gaming?
Well, kind of old man gaming.
Well, like what? Parcheesi?
Well, I solve the New York Times crossword puzzle almost every day.
Oh, that's amazing.
Which is surprisingly entertaining.
That is entertaining. You can actually learn things.
You could.
This is probably the most educational we've ever been.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah,
it's the very least I could do.
Well, we really appreciate you being here.
Oh, it's my great pleasure.
Yes. Well, thanks again, everybody. Make sure you subscribe to Professor Puppet. Also, if it's your first time here, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the little notification bell right next to it to get notified when we have videos. We'd love to hear what you guys think of Shaun of the Dead. Put it down in the comments. And what do you think of these stupid reviews that we read? They were pretty dumb, huh?
They were silly.
Yeah.
These people, oh.
People have problems. That being said, if you want to see another video from us, click one of the ones on the screen. And until we see you next time, geek out and game on.
Is that your catchphrase?
That's our catchphrase.
I don't care for it.